silence is loud, but my cries are louder. As I step into the world, spread and estee louder. I felt my thoughts pulling me further in. I'm smiling, but I'm suffering. So I let it go, then it flows. Because really, min will I feel so. Till I broke down, all the way down. Anxiety in a smoky haze, I avoided my lover for days. Texting him from a drunken place. Baby, please, ma fi mi shere. But she's so strong, they say. But she's so fierce, they say. She's Miss Sluthawk, they say. I'm reliving my darkest moments on a bright stage. Turning my subconscious into songs that I cannot say. The cries of my subconscious.
Welcome to the Unscripted Talk. Hi.
Welcome to the Unscripted Talk with Ade.
Well, I just dropped my project, The Cries of My Subconscious, and I'm just happy to have that off my chest and have that off my shoulders.
Oh, how long did that take?
Man, it took a while. I'll say since like November last year till about April.
Oh, that's a long time.
Very long time.
So yeah, let's just get straight to business and let's get to know you. So who is Deena Ade? I mean, like if you were just meeting me for the first time, like who are you? So how would you describe yourself to me?
Deena Ade is a badass singer. In fact, she's not even a singer, she's a vocalist, she's an activist.
Okay.
She's brave.
Wow.
And she's rebellious.
So how did you start music?
I've been singing since I was 6, performing since I was 7. But then I stopped during my teenage years, yes. And then I told my parents that I wanted to be a singer. And my dad enrolled me in a Saturday club. So we would like dance and sing and perform around London, perform for like government officials and stuff like that. And I was like one of the lead singers because I was like so excited to be part of this. So yeah.
Why did you stop doing music at your teenage years?
Because life and influences setting. When I was in secondary school, like, oh, you want to sing? You're so unserious and all that type of jazz. It's like, yeah, so that killed my dream temporarily.
But you always had in mind that you were going to go back to music, right?
Yes, I didn't always think I would, but I knew that whatever I did would be in entertainment.
Okay. So, you said your dad supported you like throughout your musical career and stuff. How was the support from your mom?
No, I mean, he supported me during my younger years. Now everybody's anti.
Till now?
Yes, I mean, I think they thought it was cool, so they realized like I was serious.
But
yeah.
like, everyone supports you now, right?
I just do my thing.
So man, how well do you balance, work, school, family and everything?
I'm a full-time musician at this point in time, and I live alone. So I go home to Ibadan every so often, but really, like, I feel like this is the time for me to be selfish and for me to grind. So that's what I do.
With the revenue you're making from music right now, is it good enough for you to sustain yourself?
No. Oh. I have a publishing company.
So are you signed on the record label?
Nope, I'm signed to myself.
Oh, that's good. You're an independent artist.
Yes.
So what's the greatest musical moment you've ever had?
Greatest musical moment. I've had a few, but the most recent one. The most recent one has to be Collaboration. I absolutely killed that set. I'm like.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years? So where's Deena Ade in 5 years?
In 5 years from now, one of the biggest artists out of Africa for sure. During festivals in Europe and America, hopefully I would have opened for like Mama Awards, maybe MTV Video Awards, something along those lines. I just know that I definitely want to be on an international stage by that point in time, for sure.
Well, you have big dreams already.
Yeah.
So, producing or singing, so do you produce your own songs too, or you have producers?
Oh, I have producers.
You want to shout out to any of your producers?
Shout out to Tiwadara and the Beatsmith. I love you guys.
Are you a big fan of like Afrobeat music, Afrobeat, Afropop, like the new trend?
Yes.
So
yes.
Have you ever tried doing music with the new trend, like the new pom pom sound, the new?
Oh well, the pom pom sound. Like my first two songs ever were pom pom.
Oh.
To be honest, and it was like it was a tragedy.
You said it was a tragedy?
Yes, it was.
So ever since then, you just stopped trying to do that type of music, right?
Yeah, I just tried to figure out what works for me, and then I ended up with what I have now. But now, like, I feel like I'm at the stage because I grew up on like Fuji music, Akpala, R&B, hip hop. Like, there's a lot of influences, especially when you're from Nigeria. Like, you know, your environment is enough, and then the Western influence is another aspect. So now I feel like I can merge everything safely and create something that might not necessarily be pom pom, but it will be viable as Afro pop goes, in quote.
So what does the term "it's okay to let your soul cry" mean?
What does that mean? It means that it's okay to let yourself bleed as far as you're bleeding away the pain.
Okay, so does that relate to anything you're going through?
Sorry?
I said, does that relate to anything you're going through?
Yes, it relates a lot to my project, The Cries of My Subconscious. In the sense that when I was I had 25 songs for the project, and I wanted to name it The Feminist. And when I listened to all the songs, I realized that nothing about the project was feminist. Everything was more like a silent cry. So I realized that I was trying to cover up my pain with the whole feminist idea. So that's why I say it's okay to let your soul cry. So in me allowing myself to be exposed in the way that I've exposed it in that project, I'm letting my soul cry, and now I can heal.
Because I was going through a few albums in Nigeria, and I realized that a lot of albums are just groups of singles, and they give a different name to it. You know, I'm not throwing shots at anyone, but look at Adekunle Gold's new album. I mean, the album was beautiful, but an album is meant to tell you a story, right?
Right.
And those songs were just a bunch of different songs, different meanings, and you'd name it about 30. You know, personally, I believe if you're telling an album, if you're singing an album, it should, at the end of the day, the title should describe every song on the album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Look at a song like, you know, J. Cole's album. I mean, KOD. Every song had a message. It was about drugs. You know what I'm saying? So I think as Nigerian music industry goes, there should be that should be a thing. You know, each album should have meaning, and I think that's what you did there, and that was very good.
Thank you.
So what's your favorite song of all time?
Of all time, that's a really tough one.
That's a broad scale.
Yeah. I can tell you at this very moment in time, my favorite song is "Wake Up Alone" by Amy Winehouse. Yes.
Okay. So why do you like her so much?
Oh, because the way she's so poetic and so eloquent in expressing her emotions. You don't even have to experience anything she's experienced, but you'll be sucked into whatever she's saying.
Okay, so what are your top 5 albums of all time? Nigerian albums of all time?
Okay. Curriculum Vitae, Mohits.
Okay, that was a good one.
Yes. I don't know the name of that Olumente's first album.
The one that had Uzi on it.
Yes, that album. Asha's second album, the one with Fire on the Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Mushi to my hits, of course.
I mean,
And who else?
it seems like you're not a big fan of modern Nigerian music.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting,
I mean-
I was probably expecting, probably Sounds from the Other Side. What's that Wizkid's first album?
I hated that project, of course. I hated it.
What's Wizkid's first album?
Starboy.
Starboy is probably one of the best albums, like Nigeria's ever.
Like I wanted to say Sha, but I think I'll just be fanning if I say that.
Okay, what of this also this Simi Sola was a very good album. Did you listen to it?
I listened to it once, so I shouldn't judge it just yet. But people tell me to, listen to it. But,
I think that's also one of the greatest Nigerian albums of all time. So which one of your songs is your favorite?
Lover.
Huh? Why is it your favorite? Was it how you produced it? Was it the reception people got from it? What's it?
I think it's such a vivid description of what happens between a male and a female.
Oh yeah, I remember that song. That was the one. I think was it. It had like it had a very, very controversial graphic design, right?
That's Melo.
Oh, that was Melo. Yeah, okay. I think I saw that
yeah.
one. But I think Melo's also a very good song. I listened to that one. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
But yeah, you said you said Love is your favorite, right?
Yeah, Lover, definitely my favorite. Definitely.
What are the achievements you've had so far? Like, what have you achieved?
What I achieved?
Yeah.
I guess they're more like personal achievements as opposed to accolades.
Okay.
So, for example, like I've discovered and I know my sound. My vocalism is as strong as ever. So is my songwriting. I performed at Collaboration. I'm being called for shows constantly.
So how was let me pause you there. How was Collaboration? Just give us a detailed explanation how it went from, just getting on stage to meeting people to getting to see some of your other colleagues who have been in the business longer than you were. How was the whole feeling?
It was. I'm not gonna lie, I just wanted to show out. I wasn't thinking about anything else. I just wanted to show myself.
So you came to impress people.
Yes.
Wow, that's good.
So like tunnel vision.
I mean, enough with the musical questions. Yeah. So like,
okay.
What's your take on voting? Like, have you ever voted before, or do you plan to vote?
Voting. What's my take on voting? I think voting is very, very important. I think being politically active is very important. And I was talking to someone about us registering, and they said to me that our votes are not going to count anyway. I followed Nigerian politics for a while. We all know how it goes. So it's very discouraging. Very, 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 very discouraging. But I plan to vote next year.
I mean, it's sad though, because like, knowing at the end of the day, one person in the north is still gonna bring a 12-year-old child to come and vote. You know what I'm saying? And the whole voting system is gonna die down. But another thing is, there's been a lot of young guys coming out to vote. Have you noticed?
Yes, even one of my cousins.
Oh, what's his name? Let's just give him a shout out.
Yeah. Let's not.
Alright. But yeah, I think I know one or two people. Coyote Adigbola, he's
okay.
He's also contested. I think he's in his early 30s or late 20s. He's also coming out. Then I know another guy, but I don't know his last name. But yeah, young guys actually coming out to do good, and I'm proud. Because
I'm very skeptical.
I'm very skeptical. To be honest, I think it's not to win. It's actually just for the awareness, because the system is still corrupted, right? And when you have this kind of people still in the political system. It's gonna take
Right.
a while to remove them and bring in new faces.
But I mean, I know of two people, and they tend to be from affluent backgrounds. So a lot of the money that indirectly or directly that they're using to fund their campaigns is essentially dirty money.
Wow.
And when you've lived a certain lifestyle,
The table you're
It's-
shaking.
no, to be honest, like, let's be real about it. Okay, my cousin. Hey, I hope he doesn't get this, but fuck it. You have to really prove to me that it means this. As far as I'm concerned, just looking at him like, I we know what the intent is as far as I'm concerned. So, until somebody can prove me wrong, I'm just observing.
So I want to ask you this question. Yeah, this is another question. I think. Tell us the truth, okay? Are
Okay.
you ready?
Yes.
Have you ever done drugs?
Yes.
Okay, and why, when, and which?
Because I'm young.
Okay.
Because you go to university. What have I tried? I used to smoke weed. Well, I don't think weed is a drug. Actually, I take that back. No.
It's getting legalized. So
I mean, I think alcohol is more of a drug than weed is.
story for another day.
Scientifically. But anyway, no, my mom wouldn't hear that if I brought that as an argument. So anyway, I had, was it MDMA at a concert last year. I think it was an Anderson Paak concert. And yeah, never gonna do that again.
So have you ever been addicted to anything?
No, never.
I mean that's good. So with the whole codeine epidemic in the country right now, like what's your take on it?
I think it's been going on for a very long time. I think a lot of I think the biggest cause of this stuff, and my people will disagree with me, rap music.
You think it's
The
rap?
first time
It says rap
I knew
music?
about rap music, Lil Wayne to be specific.
Whoa.
Yes, I feel like dying and fall into a pool of codeine, this, that, whatever. That was when I was in secondary school, and I remember guys listening to Lil Wayne heavy. They started drinking cough syrup, and that was a while ago. And I know some of those people, like 7 years later, are still drinking codeine.
But there are a lot of guys who haven't even listened to, who don't even listen to rap. You know, a lot of those kids in Lagos who still take it. So how does that?
Yes, I definitely agree, but I feel like, okay, now the demand started with a small group of people, right?
Yeah.
Like a small group of kids that were probably most likely from an elite circle. How I see it, and you know, it takes for you to be like, oh, have you ever tried this fruit, for example? I'm like, no, like try it, it's really nice, and I'm like, oh, okay, I like it. Then I tell somebody else tells somebody else. 2 years down the line, there's now a demand for this thing. Before you know it, a girl that I don't mean to sound pretentious like this, but like a girl that is less privileged or got married to an older man, has a son in the house that does lean. She tried it. She knows that his behavior changes when he does it, so she tried it as well. And her fellow young brides and so on and so forth, and it's like a ripple effect. But I definitely believe that it started from pop culture. Like I believe that.
I think peer pressure is just one thing. Okay, I think people are a victim of the kind of friends to go with. Personally, I haven't tried any drug. Apart from drinking, that's just the point in which I've gotten to. But then, like, I know I have a lot of friends who do these things, and a lot of them want to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just want to quit, but because they have been so dipped into it, they can't they can't even go a day without it, and it's sad. You know.
It is, like, especially I said elite circles in Babcock University. Like 90% of the people that go to Babcock University come out drug addicts.
I mean, I have a lot of Babcock friends though.
And you don't know, none of them do drugs, not one of them. And none of your friends in Babcock do drugs, not one.
I know a lot of them who do drugs. You know. So
that environment, like, okay, now you can't be like of a certain class and go to Babcock as I believe. I think their school fees are rather expensive.
But then,
these group of people.
Do you think it comes down to the way parents groom their children? Because I know people who attend Babcock and all these schools, and they still have the resistance to things like that.
No, I don't think it's how parents raise their children. I just think it's an individual's ability to be themselves. So if you're not susceptible to peer pressure, then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But then again, it's not always peer pressure. It's very hard growing up. Like, I feel like the years between like 15 to 22 are very difficult years, trying to understand who you are. Hormonal changes, there's a lot. So sometimes you might just go to drugs or go to alcohol or whatever to try and alleviate some pain that you're feeling or whatever. Like, I guess like free dressing.
Okay, that means like you can just wear anything.
Yeah.
So if you were to describe your life, with a movie title, what would it be?
Discovery.
What movie is that?
Oh, like a real movie. Okay.
A real movie, yeah.
Oh, a real movie. Black Panther.
Why?
I live in Nigeria. I don't think amazing. Yes, Black Panther. I'm sticking to it.
So you're more like who in Black Panther? Is it the girl who was gonna do anything for her country?
In my mind, I'm like that warrior with the bald head.
What's her name? She had Okoye. Yeah, that was Okoye.
Is that her name? Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like her.
So how does she relate to you? Is she like?
She's a warrior. She doesn't back down for anything, and she's super brave.
Do you remember that scene? When was it a husband or husband to be?
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing right now.
He was like, I don't remember the words, but he said something about it was either me or my country, and like
Right.
she said it with so much assurance. She was like, my country or something. I'm like, oh my god.
And then the part that he's like, she's like, don't do this or whatever, and then I don't know what happens. There's lots of like chaos, and then he just bows down in front of her.
Yeah.
And it's not like in a sense of like he's subduing, but he was like, you know what, I'm just going to have to respect you for your decisions, type thing. And I was like, oh, this woman, I love her.
So do you consider yourself a feminist?
Yes,
So are you?
I definitely do, but I like because of all these dirty Twitter feminists, it makes me not want to claim that title anymore because they have a freaking clue what they're talking about. They just make everybody look bad.
I mean, what do you say to people who don't have your beliefs? Because like a lot of feminists nowadays are becoming angry that people don't have the same beliefs as they do.
It's not about being angry. I have a younger brother, and I said to him like, I want you to be a feminist, and he's like, no, I'm not a girl, no. And I'm like, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that girls should go to school?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Do you believe that girls should be able to study anything they want to study in school? Yes. Do you believe that a 30-year-old should get married to a 50-year-old man or married at all? No. Then you're a feminist.
So as soon as you can dip these things and you can answer them positively, that means you're a feminist.
Yes.
Oh, that's
if you believe a woman has a right to her body, then you're a feminist. But people like.
But don't you think that issue about having a right to her body is a little bit different? Do you know what I mean?
Okay, but there's some people in this Lagos, there's some people on Instagram, some people on Twitter that are in our age group, and they don't believe a woman has a right to her body.
In what sense? Like, do you mean when it comes to abortion? When it comes to
as in, I have access to her at any point in time. I pay my bride price, all that type of stuff.
Okay.
When I was in camp, I was shocked by the people that I met and the kind of mentalities they had. They're like, I'm going to pay this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to build the house, and you think that you can tell me anything. You're my wife and you're going to do as I say. And in essence, she doesn't have a right to do anything. She can't say, I'm going to carry my body and go and look for money. No. She can't say, I don't want to have a baby now. No. She can't say, I want to refuse my husband of sex. No. So in that sense, but also in the sense of like rape, of course, and all those abortion, sex work, I guess.
So what's your take on abortion? Like, do you think ladies should be able to do anything with their body? And or are you proactive, or is it pro-life?
Yes.
You're pro-life?
No, I'm pro-choice.
Okay. So you think a lady should be able to do whatever she wants with her child?
100%. Because technically it's not a child until it reaches 4 months, even religiously. But I believe that if men could get pregnant, the laws on abortion would be I mean, the views on abortion will be completely different. I feel like, God forgive me, please. I feel like that's the only place God went wrong. I felt like if you have sex, it could just be anyone. It's like lottery. Oh, you're pregnant. Or I feel like relations between men and women will be completely different.
I think, me personally, I think a lady should have control over whatever decision she makes, but there should be a limit. So if, for instance, she should be able to abort the child within the first 4 months, or the first trimester. But when it gets to some point where the child can already feel pain, you understand what I'm saying? It's more than just a fetus anymore. It's more than just being a zygote. The child is almost a child. So
I agree.
At that point,
I saw something on Instagram yesterday. A baby, she was born at 4 months, and they showed a picture of her at 1 year old. She survived 4 months. That means that you should not abort a baby. I believe it should be up to 3 months, and anything beyond that, then you're just stupid, because you can't tell me you didn't know you were pregnant, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly. So if you're gonna wait for 4 months, or if you're gonna wait for 6 months before you now decide that I don't want to have this child, I mean, to me, that's like committing murder.
I agree. I completely agree with you. 100%. I agree with you.
So yeah.
But it's nice to have an option as well.
What do you mean? Like, it's nice to
at least have an option to abort. In Nigeria, abortion is illegal.
I mean, like, that's a very stupid. You see, every society where something is illegal, something sensible is illegal, they would always find a way to go around the law, to bend the rules, and it's never safe. You understand what I'm saying? Because if abortion is going to be legal from today to tomorrow, people will still do it. People will still have sex and have kids and still want to abort the kids. So why not make it a lawful, good process where people can, they can abide by the rules and get it done.
And also, you shouldn't die from abortions. People die from abortions in Nigeria. People's wombs are ruptured and they cannot have children. I mean, I happened to write an essay on this in university. Abortion is supposed to be one of the easiest medical procedures. But in Nigeria, you find the most bizarre situations, because they have to go to backdoor doctors that are not trained adequately for the procedure, and they put young women's lives in jeopardy. And the thing is that Nigerians are fucking promiscuous. I don't care what anybody says in this world. Most people's husbands have mistresses, and most people's wives have toy boys or whatever outside of the marital home. Nigerians are promiscuous as hell. There was a Durex survey last year, I think, and I think they said Nigerian women were like the 5th most unfaithful, or number 3, one of the two. So tell me, why are we? It just gets on my nerves, because politicians are out here sleeping with young girls without protection.
And like, the crazy thing is,
abortion is illegal.
The crazy thing is, I was reading this thread on Twitter about this girl who her parents were pastors, and she was. So what happened was, she had this boyfriend at the age of 16, and she went over to her boyfriend's house, and
I read it too.
And her boyfriend came in. Her boyfriend uncle came in, and they just assumed that they were having sex. And as soon as that happened, everyone, her mom knew and everything. And the next day, or I think she missed a period or something, and they took her to a clinic, and they started inserting things in her, and isn't that just crazy?
It is. So, like, oh Lord, there's so many issues when it comes to women's rights in Nigeria, but it's complex, because I think they call it Stockholm Syndrome, when you begin to sympathize with the person that captured you, right? So if you've been kidnapped and they come to save you, you'll be like, no, don't save me, that my kidnapper is actually a really nice person. And that's the case with a lot of Nigerian females. They've been repressed so long, they don't know what freedom feels like. So if you say that girl, she shouldn't have experienced that, there's going to be 50%, there's going to be half of the people that are commenting, they're going to be like, but what was she doing there in the first place? Do you understand?
Yeah, that's true.
So, but hey, I mean, someone has to do it, to be honest. So yes, I am a feminist. I'm definitely a feminist, 100%.
Good. Good. So have you ever admired an artist so much that you wish you wrote his song? Or
have I ever admired an artist that I wish I wrote the song?
Yeah, like, have you ever seen a song and you're like, wow, I wish I wrote this song?
I was feeling that recently. I heard an Odyssey song it's not released yet.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, I wish I thought of this. So, but any song that's out, maybe Kana.
The Whiskey and Olamide song.
Yeah.
You see, I think musicians in general are the ones that are perpetuating the lifestyle of Nigerians and like Nigerian people, because if you're gonna promote things like, what's that song with Tiwa Savage on something, I'm like, if you're singing a song like that, how do you even expect like people who don't even know better not to follow the words of that song?
Exactly. Exactly. Like, I agree. I understand what you're saying.
I was not even surprised by the people the other guys that were in the song, but I was like, Tiwa Savage, come on, you're the same person that was saying your husband was doing coke.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And you're the same person shouting harmonic coding diet. That's contradictory.
And that's why sometimes you just have to keep quiet on, like, her exposing her husband kind of just put her in a position where we can judge her.
Exactly. Okay. So if you were to describe yourself in just 3 words, what would you say?
Fierce.
Is it fierce? Like fierce?
Yes.
Okay.
Sensitive.
Are you sensitive?
Yeah, I'm very sensitive.
Why do I feel like you're more you actually don't care what people think?
I mean, I don't, to be honest, but when I say I'm sensitive, like, I feel everything around me.
Okay.
Yes.
Not like you care,
Not like I care, but like I'm attentive. So
okay, you're attentive.
Yes. And a third one would be brave. I think I'm brave.
So what's your most valued possession?
My most valued possession.
Like, it doesn't have to be materialistic though.
My most valued, my laptop.
I thought you were gonna say your voice.
Oh wait, but possession. Okay, well, I do possess that, don't I?
Yeah.
Yes, my voice. 100%.
So if you were to lose your voice today,
if I was to lose my voice, I probably wouldn't want to live anymore.
wow.
That's for sure, 100%.
So if you just woke up tomorrow morning sounding like myself, how would you feel?
And I couldn't sing.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot sing.
Well, again, I don't think I'd want to live. Yeah.
You should go and insure your voice.
I should what? Sorry, I really want to actually, but I need to do first.
People do that.
And I swear I can understand why, because this thing is precious.
Because like I heard there was this guy who insured his penis for, was it $1 million?
How can I think that way? I'm confused.
I think he was a pornography star, and he did that. Crazy.
So what has happened to his penis for him to like get his insurance money?
Whatever. Exactly what's gonna happen in case, what if it breaks, or I don't know.
Well, I know that J-Lo that insured her bum and her legs at one point in time. But 100%, I mean, considering what happened to Adele in the past 2 years.
What happened to her?
One time, she's had to have surgeries on her vocal cords twice now, because they're giving out. So the first time she had is a thing called nodules, where you have like bumps on your vocal folds from like singing badly or straining your vocal cords. So they had it removed, and she said it was brilliant. And then something happened again. So in that kind of situation, that's her instrument, that's her livelihood. I will insure it, definitely.
Because her voice is too, like, she can go, is it high or low?
Low.
Wow, because she has this song where I always try to, go very low, but I never get it. Anyways. So are you a sports person? Like, when you were younger, did you ever try sports, or do you even still try sports?
I played football till I was like 8. Then asthma would not let me be cool. So I started gymnastics. Well, I started gymnastics around the same time as football. So I competed for like 3 years. Okay. For like local championships and all that stuff. So, but then I stopped.
Do you still play football?
Hey, all that roughness, I can't.
Oh, you mean like football, like? Okay, I get you.
Oh, no, sorry, you're in America, soccer.
No, I still call it football though. I think it's wrong to call it soccer.
I agree. So, so I started working out.
Okay. So have you ever thought of quitting? Like, have you ever thought of quitting music?
Never, ever, ever gonna
Really?
quit the music.
So you've never gone to that point where you're like, you know what, this thing might not just work out.
Never,
Oh.
ever.
That's good. That's, you know,
Yeah,
you're persistent.
Yeah,
so-
I'm dying. I don't mind.
we go die, yeah. Now we die.
I swear. Now we do.
Anyway, so what's your best fan moment? Like, has anyone ever been so starstruck at you? You know.
Best fan. To be honest, like if I'm dead honest, like people just started kind of like knowing who I am.
Okay.
Like coming up to me maybe from January.
Okay.
So I guess because I'm not that big, people still try and be cool. But like I know there's been a guy that like was trying to hold my hand and stuff like that. Like, oh Deena, like I really love your music, like so sensual. And I was like, thank you, like I really appreciate it. I had to put my hand back, like, yeah, kind of sweaty. So
what's the craziest DM you've also ever had?
the craziest.
DM, like message, like has someone ever just texted you and ranted about how they hate your music, or if they like your music, whichever, or someone ever tried approaching you through the DMs?
Well, my DMs are dry. Number one, dry. I don't know how people say my DMs are like pop. I don't get it.
Why are you so innocent? Like, a lot of people who are in your shoes, they wouldn't just say that. They might be like, oh, I mean, my DMs are full of, you know, married men and stuff.
I wish I had stories to tell, but everything in my life is about music. So the people that are in my DMs are like people that hit me up, like they want to work, or like I do have some people that tell me that I inspire them. Like I have like 5 that always consistently send me messages. But like aside from music, people, nothing else is happening there. I feel like somebody said to me before that the way I tweet and the way like my Instagram is, or maybe my pictures, I seem scary. So maybe that's why my DMs are dry.
Which high school did you go? Which secondary school did you go?
ISI, International School Ibadan.
Oh, you schooled in Ibadan?
Yes.
I schooled in Ibadan too.
Really? Where?
I went to Vale College.
I'm sorry. Okay. My sister went there.
I mean, compared to ISI, that was like a butty school.
Hey, ISI was popping. What are you talking about?
Is ISI not the one that was inside UI?
Yeah, but like, okay, so it's like a mixture. Half of us were staff students and half of us were just regular people.
Oh, okay. But anyways, yeah.
But now I don't know the status is now, but as of there, like, well, it was dope as hell.
I don't think it's dope now though.
No, definitely not. Like, I'm shy to say that was my school.
So what year did you graduate secondary school?
08.
Wow.
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Wait, that's 10 years now. Sheesh.
It's a long time ago.
Whoa, that's 10 years.
I got into secondary school in 2007.
Jesus, baby.
Yes. How old are you now?
I'm 25.
Oh, that means you probably started schooling early.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, wow.
Yeah,
Then
I did.
what university did you go?
What university? I went to 2 universities. I went to the University of Derby.
Okay.
Then I went to
right?
terrible university. Then I went to University of East London. Yeah.
So, but what did you study in uni?
International politics.
So, do you believe artists should have songwriters? I mean, this has been a very, something that's been going on for now. When Don Jazzy said that he thinks like there are enough artists in the industry and there should be more songwriters. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, I definitely think so. I think some people can't write for shit, and and I feel like there's nothing wrong in getting some help.
But then, like,
so, yeah.
don't you think that loses like the originality in the person or in the song?
No, because okay, like, sorry, I think that's Justin Bieber's song, right?
Okay.
Ed Sheeran wrote that song for Rihanna. Okay. That's why maybe you should fuck yourself. But she didn't take the song, so he basically wrote that song with Rihanna in mind, her behavior, the kind of things she does. So I don't think it matters. Everybody has songwriters. Like I feel like that's another way to get yourself to another level.
So could you ever use songwriters? Could you ever use songwriters?
Yeah. No, I haven't, but I definitely would. If I respect your work,
Okay.
then hell yeah.
But I also think it depends on the genre of music though, because for instance, I'm a big fan of rap music, yeah, and
Right.
I wouldn't feel good if I realized that probably KOD was written by another person. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, rap is a different genre. I don't think it applies to rap.
Yeah,
to be
because
honest.
rap is more like relatable. It's
Yes,
like
yes.
my words against
And
your words.
It's supposed to be introspective.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I don't think it'll make sense if someone like Drake now. I think that's why people don't really appreciate his rap songs, because they believe he has ghostwriters, as they see it in rap.
But even so, the people can talk what they want to talk about Drake. Drake has still been dropping fire songs from 2009.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the best, man. He's the best.
Are you kidding me? His first songs were bangers. Not his first song, but his first like mainstream songs were bangers. Like, come on, guys, like stop being.
You remember the time Teniola came
Yeah.
on Twitter and she was like she co-wrote like that with Yonda for Davido, and everyone was throwing shots at her. You know, they're
I
like,
don't even get that because, like, according to what I even know about that song, it wasn't even like she wrote it for David. I heard it for song was stolen. So
so do you mean like
Like-
David stole it?
yeah.
Those are some strong allegations.
Oh shit! I don't know. Nobody knows me, Sha, but hey, I stand by my words. That's why I heard.
So would you let us know what you heard?
That the music was for her. She was supposed to drop it, and the producer that she was working with at the time played it for David, and we know how that thing goes. Yeah, I still think it's a good look for her, regardless, because I don't think the song would have been that big if she dropped it by herself.
Yeah. But I also heard it was her and Yonda's, because if you hear the other verse, I realized that Davido couldn't, you know, his Yoruba wasn't as strong as
Okay.
that. You know, so I knew that it wasn't.
Well, maybe Yonda like altered some of her lyrics as well, because it's not like she has any hit songs like Yonda does.
Just
So, you understand?
Does he have a hit song?
And this one, let's go Las Vegas.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Is that-
it's like a street song that everybody like. I knew that song, and when I met him, he was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh my God, you're the guy that sang that song." It didn't click in time, but I knew the song before I knew him.
Do you think that like DMW doesn't give Ichaba and Yonda enough medium to express themselves?
Is the Chaba part of DMW?
Yeah, he is.
Is it them? Well,
So you didn't even know?
no, I mean, I know like he's an affiliate, but I didn't know he was actually officially a member.
I think he's signed to DMW.
I feel like with David, right, it's like whoever is willing to chook their head anywhere.
Because
Like you can't be like, oh, I'm waiting, I'm just trying, I don't want to be a bebelube. Like with David, you have to be like, yo, can you, like, look at how he is as a person. He's very like, look at me. So if you want to catch his attention, and if you want him to pay attention, you have to give him something to pay attention to.
because like
Because we've seen that with Mayokun, we've seen that with Peruzzi. Peruzzi met Dremo in DMW, do you understand? Now it's like the order of command is shifting right before our eyes.
no,
And
I'll stop you there, okay? I'm a big fan of Dremos, and I think one reason with
No, so am
Dremo
I.
is a lot of people don't just understand the type of music he does. Yeah, and Nigeria is not a rap-based country, so it is easier for it was,
Extremely talented.
huh?
Yeah, so you say that people don't understand his music. Quite alright. Like, I'm saying Dremo is extremely talented. I used to look to him in my early days for like songwriting tips and whatever.
Yeah.
However, it's the same way that I was saying earlier. Like, I'm really I found a way to infuse my style with like the Afro quote unquote pop.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Dremo's. Dremo's part is my favorite part in that I Don't Mind song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he killed it. He killed Fela Tipadawa. He killed Ojere. I just feel like maybe like he's still gonna get to a point where he finds his balance or his equilibrium, and then he really soar. Yeah, really what?
Yeah, I think Ichaba and Yonda are really talented, but they don't just have enough medium to express themselves.
are you sure? Are you sure Chaba is actually signed to DMW? I don't think so.
Let me check.
I don't think so. I know that just got signed.
Let me check. Chaba. Yes, he's okay. I think he's both. He's DMW and Vintage Music.
And because like I know that when they signed Remo, they were supposed to sign Ichaba as well, but then Mayokun came along and kind of replaced him. I believe, allegedly.
Did you see that Davido's Twitter? He was like he's trying to sign a female artist.
I spammed him. Let me tell you.
Are you ready?
I spammed his ass.
Yeah.
Yes, I spammed his ass. I spammed him. Somebody just come and carry me from where I am, to be honest. But yeah, I definitely saw it, and I think it's necessary. I feel like more people need to invest in female artists. It's just that some females out here be showing us up, like they act unserious.
Yeah.
And just disappearing, coming back with pregnancy, or like they just give us a bad name.
Wow.
Everybody is thinking like that to a Joe. Some of us really just want to focus on our music.
Did you see the Noble's reply to that? You know who Noble Igwe is?
Noble Igwe, yeah?
You know what he said about Lola Ray, having to stop her career to have a kid?
Yeah, I wrote that. Interesting statement by him.
He was like, I don't remember what he said, but it was cliche.
He said that he told you to stop making music and he'd do something about carrying baby, and he went to go and continue making music.
Okay.
But
then, like, Lola Ray wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying?
But she had a platform. Like, I have no opinion. I have no comment on her situation with techno. But she had a platform, and I know people that would kill for that opportunity.
Yeah, that's true.
And waste it. And that's what's painful about it, because like, guys always say, "Oh, you're a girl, you can get to do this," and it's a lie. Like, it's a completely different field. It's a completely different ball game when it comes to females in this entertainment industry. I promise you. Like, if a guy is saying no, it's no. A guy might say yes to you. Okay, I want to like do this with you, do that with you. But I do this and do that with you will come with a lot of bullshit. So, point is, we're trying not to waste opportunities out here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, do you believe it's become harder for musicians nowadays to reach stardom like it was back 5-10 years ago?
I don't think so, but then again, I wasn't doing music then, so
no, like
I didn't.
Personally, I believe it was easier for if you just had money back then. Yeah, it was just easier for you to blow. You couldn't be the best, but you would have a platform. But nowadays, even if your music is good, I know guys who have like the upcoming artists in Nigeria right now who are doing so good for themselves, but just because they don't have the right connections, people don't just want to listen.
Right.
Like if you look at was it Hetty's Next Rated this year? There wasn't that one person who just came into the limelight. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it's getting harder for people to actually become famous.
A lot of things in life, and especially in the entertainment industry, they're all based on relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, I know the Diddy brand, and I believe I have access to the Diddy brand based on relationships, right? And that's how it is. The higher up you go.
I personally don't think that though.
Okay.
So you think it's because of what's her name, Aisha?
Yes. See, you're finding hard to deny.
It's not. I'm not denying. I'm just saying. I love good music. Okay. And if I listen to a few songs of yours, and if I didn't even like it,
right,
I'll probably just tell Aisha that the prawn is probably booked or something. You know what I'm saying? But because I enjoy your music and I think people should actually hear you out, that's a bigger reason than actually the connections. But of course that's always going to be that's always going to be a step. Yeah. But if we make that the only reason why people are in the industry because of just the connections they have, we would never grow our industry.
I agree, definitely.
For instance, look at Rookie of the Year. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about connections and people you know.
No, it really is. It really is. Like, it's not about anything else. Like, I make it my job to network all the time. Network.
Exactly.
Because
The more people you know, like when I first started the DD brand, like it was from the person you knew that knew someone that knew someone, and at the end of the day, you realize that you're already chilling with people who you never even dreamed of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
There's some people who came on the DD brand's Snapchat story that time that in my life, I never even thought I was gonna be, even texting them or even FaceTiming them. You understand what I'm saying? And you just find yourself meeting new people every day, and
exactly. And I guess in a sense that's the beauty of it as well, because in the entertainment industry you have to put yourself out there.
Exactly.
Some people say, "Hey, you're just reducing yourself to chewing gum." You're right. You have to put yourself out there. I changed it for that. I said, "Look, I'm begging you now." I said, "I want to be on your project, and that's just that. I'm good enough, whatever. If you say yes now, if you say no, I know where I stand. But I'm going to put myself forth. And even if I'm not on their project or whatever, I know that they're going to subconsciously be looking out. They're going to, when they see my work, they're going to pay attention. Do you understand? You just have to put yourself out there. No one's going to spoon feed.
5 artists that you would love to work with in the Nigerian industry.
Wizkid, Simi, Nini, for sure. Niniola. 2 other people.
No new person.
2 other people. Say that again?
Like no new artist, no new like.
Yes, I'm trying to think. Is that Peruzzi? I really like Peruzzi. I love his style. And this is difficult. Wow. Whose music do I have on my 5? Yonder. I'm a big fan of Wiz and I'm a big fan of Niniola.
Deena, thank you very much for coming on. Thank you very much for agreeing to do this interview with me. So you guys, I had a lot of trouble having to connect with Deena, and she was very patient with me. Okay, I had a ton of it took about 2 hours to try to get this to work, and she was very patient. So thank you very much, Deena, for coming on. So how can people who want to listen to your music, and people who want to follow you follow you?
On every single platform from Spotify to Twitter to Facebook, Deena Ade. So that's DEENAADE. Deena Ade.
Okay.
And thank you so much for having me. It's been fun.
Thank you very much, and thank you. Hey guys,
To the Scripted Talk with Ade, share and subscribe.
Make sure to check out our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages, as well as subscribe to stay updated and tuned in with the Unscripted Talk with Ade.
Be sure to like us on Facebook at Unscripted Talk with Ade. Also on Instagram and Twitter. Peace.
My name is Kyler Joyce.
My name is Uluwafe Kemi Ocean Token.
My name is Oyindamola Omokwariola.
My name is Aziz Akiyade. Thank you for listening.